If you want an emotionally stable relationship, but your romantic interest seems cold or distant, then you need to listen to this, because their behavior isn't the real problem. The real problem is something else, something within your control. Hi, my name is Yenovah Tylervite, and I am a dating and relationships coach and instructor, and I specialize in helping people manifest their desired relationship by offering practical guidance and instruction. So you see, the thing that's eating away at you every night isn't the fact that they're being cold or the fact that they're being distant. It's not even the feeling of neglect or being unchosen. I'd say the reason you're actually feeling a lot of these things is because you actually care deeply. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be thinking about your romantic interest all day. I've been in your shoes. I've been in the same boat. I used to obsess over how I used to be treated. And I used to think that I needed boundaries. Stories would play out in my head saying that they didn't care or that they preferred other people. I even joined a coaching program to rectify my own suffering, but that only complicated matters rather than resolve them. Something was off. It wasn't because I was a bad student. It wasn't because my texting patterns were off. The real reason I was struggling in some of my past relationships is because I was reactive. I was reactive because my emotional radar was rooted in fear. I would often analyze my own romantic interests' behavior to see if it meant anything. Even a small hint or a clue would have me spiraling for weeks. I was afraid to answer the phone when it rang, and afraid to text because I was so afraid about where I stood. So I tried to construct the perfect gotcha text, or say things like, "I understand how hard it must be for you," and just coddle her and say things like, "I'll give you space." I didn't know it at the time, but I needed a lot of reassurance, and not in a good way. And I had no idea I was being like that. Long story short, later down the track, I eventually realized that I was trying to fix my outer world instead of fixing my inner world. Now, if you think that sounds strange, I definitely didn't understand what that meant, and I thought that sounds kind of whack too. But it's not until you understand why this is so crucial that you can begin to reap the rewards of this simple fact. So many people have this backwards. They think their partner is inherently avoidant, or they think of themselves as not being worthy, or they think if they could just have their partner see the real them and accept the real them, that everything would change, as if they don't already see that. And with everything not working, they resort to blaming the other party, their romantic interest, the one they claim to love. And so they go ahead and say a nasty thing, or they pull away. Maybe your romantic interest even did something disproportionate. I'm here to tell you that change is possible, and that is where I come in, to help you change your response instead of your manifestation. Why? Because manifestation is consciousness, or in other words, your inner world is the origin of your circumstances. If that sounds vague to you, or if you don't understand what that means yet, that's okay. If you're not sure how it relates to your life yet, think of it this way. Your inner world, or your state of consciousness, is like the structural integrity of who you are being right now. Who you are determines how people will respond to you. Let me ask you this question. What does the last text message that you sent to your romantic interest reveal about your emotional state? If we were to sit down and examine the text objectively, I would have to ask ourselves why we felt the need to send this text. And I'd be curious as to what you'd be trying to reinforce here. Your authentic self, or the version of you that was afraid of them shutting you out of their life? Many people say it's all about changing your thoughts, your mindset, your identity. Don't get me wrong, these are fantastic places to start fixing up, but consciousness sits behind these things, not in front of them. Many coaches assume that you have the agency to solve your own problems. But when you need a teacher, you need someone who can actually instruct you in real time on the field, not just a drill sergeant who yells at you from the sidelines. This means when you're confused, other coaches will make you feel insignificant for asking a question, when in reality, you're just trying to understand. You're just trying to understand what to do and how it works. And this is where my advice can hit different for you. I actually do instruct you to the best of my ability. I don't yet have a full-blown masterclass or a course for you to buy, just one-to-one real talk. Someone who actually cares about what you're going through and can help you build a bridge to get to the other side of where you want to go. So, if you are tired of self-editing and second-guessing yourself and constantly feeling that emotional instability in your relationship dynamics, schedule a free consultation call with me right now. We'll identify the pattern that is keeping you entangled and map out a clear, practical path toward feeling secure, grounded, and emotionally stable. This is Yenovah Tylervite signing out.